Hey everyone, welcome back to the climbing series. Today we'll be climbing at Block Shop Hochelaga, doing some commercial bouldering and spray wall campusing. And at the end, we'll pay a visit to Cafe Block. So this will just be a really chill video, one take, voiceover, and just discuss my thoughts and pathing. This is a VB. Well, yeah, you can rewind, but it was a VB. And this is literally the first climbs I'm doing of the session. So today we have the full session. I just did the warm-up as shown in previous videos, and then hop on the easiest boulders, up climb and down climb, trying to be very precise on my feet and hands. And you'll see here my shoes aren't fully in because I need to warm them up in order for them to fit. So here we're hopping on a V4, very pretty boulder with lots of huge holds. The climb itself wasn't too bad. And you do have to step on some no tucks, so I could see why it's a little bit harder than the other climbs. Here is a V4. This one is more about finger strength. Yeah, it's kind of like a techie vert boulder, which is my weakness, but at this level, it's not bad at all. And in the downtime, when I have nothing to talk about, I'll just talk about random stuff, I guess. So today I actually had a call with a climbing coach, and I think I want to get some climbing coaching as I progress, because I kind of see it as investing into experiences that I can only experience while I'm young. So in a way, I want to maximize my youth for climbing and spend money, or I guess just like invest in things that I will not regret later, or I might regret later if I didn't, if that makes sense. So yeah, climbing is for sure one of these things that I want to invest in. Yeah, I guess just like it's one of the things where, oh yeah, I was gonna say climbing has clearly taken over my life in the past year or two, and it just feels right. Like, I know at this point I want to work with someone more professional because I'm taking it more seriously. But yeah, I think it's also fun to just switch things up once in a while, because I've been following kind of my own rough training plan, but I want to hop on something more structured. Because honestly, I'd say this is number one priority / goal for me, is to work on my climbing and eventually go on outdoor trips and start my own gym, stuff like that. And if it's my dream, I have to chase it however I can. Okay, so here we're on, I think it's the first climb where I fell, or at least could not send. So this is a V7 techie vert, and I'm stuck on the first move. So there's 3 things I'm trying. One is to go out right. The hold is okay, although I think my skin wasn't too good and I didn't want to try too hard in case I destroyed my skin on it. The other method is to go left, like this. It feels okay. but the bottom hand keeps slipping. The third method is to throw up a heel. This one also feels doable, but I was still in my warm-up and I didn't want to commit to just sending this V7 when I'm supposed to be doing other stuff in my session. So I walked away from this one after this attempt, and I'm glad that I tried many things and closed the gap between possible and impossible. And I think for this video, I'm not going to edit too much. I kind of just want to pump it out. So you'll see me resting on some of these climbs just because I don't really want to edit it. Okay, so the next climb is the first one where I had to try a little bit harder on. It's this blue that you see in front of you. So you can see me reading. And the tag on it, I think it was like 4 or 5. So I didn't bother reading it very perfectly, but at least I wanted an idea of what I was going to do. And the theme of this, I guess it's like a vert in a way, but also not really. Yeah, so here I put a heel, and I had a little bit of trouble trusting it to balance on, so I actually just used my strength, switch it to a toe, and finish the climb like this. Next, we are getting on this V6, and it's a jump start. And I was watching someone else try this, so I already knew what I was going to do. And I'm proud to say I did flash the first move. And it kind of just goes to show how much I've developed on running starts in Montreal, because all the gyms here love to set this kind of move. I remember back in Toronto at base camp, I was struggling on run starts. Just because of lack of exposure, I think. So at this top part, it's really weird. You want something to press your foot against to the right to lay back on these huge volume kind of holds. But this move here, I'm trying to sneak my right foot, but I just cannot move to the left. You see me here, I didn't brush properly and my toe slips. Yep, I slip off. And I think I just go back on immediately. So I chalk back and come back on. This time I try to move my right foot more to the right so that the toe feels better. This attempt, I think my focus was to climb faster and perfect the pathing so that I can have as much friction on the left as possible. Looking back, I think maybe moving up higher on the left hold is the correct pathing, but I didn't get it this session, and I don't think we're going to be able to revisit this boulder. So it's just a tip that I'll note to myself in the future. Yeah, here you can see I'm actually using my knee to create that force rightward and also the smear on the right. But if I can't have that knee, I don't know how to proceed here. Yep, keep getting stuck on that move. So now we're on this V10. The first move is a little bit awkward. It's a little bit overhung, so it's hard to generate the correct swing. You kind of have to go in and then jump. It's almost like a two-part move. So here I'm just breathing really hard, brushing off my shoe, chalking up, getting my hand perfect. Yeah, this attempt was a bit worse because if you notice my left foot on those first attempts, I wasn't pushing off of anything, but now I'm pushing against the wall. But yeah, I didn't put too many attempts because the focus was to go on the spray wall. Here we're still doing some warm-ups, although I climbed this one very poorly. I didn't read it well, and I'm kind of just throwing my feet and hands on anything that I see. Alright, so now we're getting back on the yellow. I believe this was a V6. It's very crimpy, but it seemed not that hard to read in a sense. So this left crimp was actually very positive and in cut, so it was very easy to use. And the rest, all the holds were very close and no weird body positions. So I was able to easily get a flash of this one, which is always a good feeling. Alright, so now we're getting onto this purple V8. I was just looking at the holds, brushing them, figuring out what I want to do. And the boulder is a little bit cut off on the right, but don't worry, we're not getting there. So these holds are actually the same as two projects I've struggled on at base camp. These holds are very slopey. So here I decided to go for a campus. And it's cut off, but on the right there's a little foothold, although it did not seem reachable. So here I missed the good part of the hold. I was just on the slopey part. So I go for the brush because I thought it's because the hold and not because I completely missed it. I guess a tip I can give is to always just use your strengths. Since the campus felt best for me, I'm just going to stick to it. And honestly, it might be the best method to just campus this. So go for the campus. The campus, I can barely hold on. That's why I need the heel later, but I'd rather do that than get the heel first. Here you see I also missed the sloper. So I made the same mistake twice. This time I tried to correct it, but I was already losing my power. Here I tried the heel first and it did not work for me because the heel kind of pushes me away from the wall, which makes the sloper way worse. So it just does not make sense for me. And I think just for the move, it does not make sense. So campusing is really a superpower. Although you never want to lose your footwork just because you can campus. So now we're starting our campusing. here I'm just setting the boulder, I believe. I think next time I will put the boulders I set on the screen. But this time I guess let's just go with it. Alright. So it starts on this left yellow big huge hold and that right blue sloper. You'll see me get on it. So yeah, that's a left, it's a pinch. Right is a huge sloper ball. And I want to come into this orange really bad sloper with my left. And that one move is really hard for me. At least at this point in the session. I think I still wasn't completely warmed up. And since it was so hard, I learned from Zach Richardson, his climbing channel, that you don't want to make the whole climb super hard. You just want to set a couple of hard moves and the rest just kind of be filler. And during this, I also saw a video from my future coach who I reached out to on campusing. So I followed the structure. Basically, she said to just do to set or find a couple of campus climbs, and then so a couple as in like 3 to 5. Since this is like my first real campus session, I just chose to do 3 or to set 3 and then try some from others. And she said you want to make it so that you can do 75% of moves on your first try or so, and then if you fall, you just want to start where you fell, and then after you get to the top, or if you're just too tired, just take a 3 to 5 minute break and then try again for 3 to 5 attempts, I guess. I forgot the exact number, but this kind of felt right to me. And this next one, this one is based off of a climb I saw. So it was a V3 start, and then the start holds were really good, and then you go all the way to the right and to the top. So I was doing that for warm-up as well. I didn't record it, but this campus was based on that in a way. So you see me here, I'm doing a cross move, and then I actually hit the wrong hold that I was thinking of during my initial look at it. So I actually want to go to the lower right hold. So basically it's these good holds and then right bad sloper into another left jug. And yeah, I realized that spray wall doesn't look that good on camera because you don't know what moves I'm going to. So I'll try to fix that for next time. And I'll try to get everything in frame. Yeah, so you go you go right to the sloper, left to that little yellow one. So starting from this position on the ground, you go to this really good jug and then cross into that left. And this left, the one I'm holding on my left hand, is not that good actually. So here I tweak the boulder. I still want a left hand cross move because that's the move that I have the most trouble with usually for campusing. So I'm trying to tweak the boulder, so that it's possible, but I still have this move somewhere. So I decided to add in the purple jug above the blue jug. So you'll see right here. Oh no, I keep trying the other one. Yeah, I tried this again, but I just found it way too hard to unwind off of that bad red hold. So I'm thinking of another sequence. But yeah, anyway, how's your day going? Mine has been pretty productive. Actually, I got a green apple latte from the Capybara Cafe. Oh, here I was experimenting with cutting out the end and trying to go to that sloper. It actually felt holdable, although I don't know what I would do off that hold. Maybe just try to touch it. But yeah, I realized jugs are quite important to campusing, or when you're setting campus, especially at my level where I can't just hold everything like it's a jug. The idea that you want to have some hard moves with some filler easier moves is important. But yeah, as I get more experience in setting campus boulders, I'll provide more tips. So here I start using the purple jug, and then this cross move. It's not that big, but yeah. And then that purple hold, that was the close compression. That was one of the moves on the easy warm-up climb that I wanted to use. Yeah, so here you can see the whole thing. Oh yeah, I also wanted to mention the move coming off of the right purple sloper was pretty hard. So there's like 2 hard moves in this campus. Finish is pretty hard too because the last hold is not good at all. The next one I wanted to set was this. So there's this left good pinch and this right orange super jug. Like, trust me, it's really a super jug. Very comfortable, very good. So I wanted to set a hard next move. So I was thinking of a paddle, but I think I'm not strong enough for that. Or at least at this point in the session, I was getting pretty tired from the other campus ones. So I made the paddle a bit easier in a way. So originally I had this left really bad sloper and that right kind of, I guess, squid shape, I don't know, rock shaped hold, the one I'm on now, but I changed it to the orange. And then the next is this side pull black, and then the ending jug pocket thing. The left one is usable, but I have to still try a bit on it. So this one's just a really simple climb, not hard at all. Like I think people would grade this like V2 or V3 on the board. Oh yeah, here's a cat I saw. Actually, this was pretty frustrating. Basically, the bikes were not working, and the train was far. And yeah, I had a pretty bad time after the session. But I was going to meet someone here at Cafe Block, but they didn't show up, so I was just doing some training and flexibility. Alright, that's it.